Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Kibo. Thank you for coming back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, I'm Kibo. And here you can catch me talking about faith, lifestyle, beauty, videos. And so yeah, speaking of faith, there's something that was really on my heart to talk to you guys about today, and we're gonna dive more into it, so let's jump right in. So I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the show Greenleaf. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with the show Greenleaf. I watch it. When I first started watching it, I was like, okay, where is this going? But after I think after season 1 and season 2 started kicking in, then I'm like, oh wow, this is a necessary show. Some people don't like it, but I like it. I always like to watch things to learn from them, so I learn a lot from it. Anyways, I want to talk about this topic because I've gone through it, and I think that a lot of other believers or even unbelievers go through this as well, or even stuck in that limbo state. So I'm so sorry for you guys who have not been able to see season 3 yet. I'm really sorry because I'm about to really spoil it for you. So maybe this is a time to pause the video. Yeah, maybe this is just a time to pause the video if you want to catch up on that and then come back. So go ahead, do that, but make sure you come back to my video. But for the rest of us who was gonna get spoiled for, if you saw it already, let's move on. So last week, I don't remember the exact episode. I think it was episode 6. Let's call it episode 6. So season 3, episode 6, and if it's not, I will put the correct one, the correct version on the screen, if that's not it. But yeah, so for season 3, episode 6, essentially what ended up happening was Sophia, who's the main character's daughter. Sophia was experiencing pain in her stomach, and when she was experiencing pain in her stomach, she didn't know. She just was like, I don't know what's going on. My stomach is hurting. And then she got up to walk and then fell. When she fell, she had to get rushed to the emergency room because she was screaming. She was in excruciating pain. And when she got to the hospital, what ended up happening was they did an emergency surgery on her, and there was a tissue overgrowing in her ovaries. And essentially when they took out all of the tissue from her ovaries, but also removed her ovaries. Now if you're like me, you're wondering, dang, all right, what does this mean? When they removed her ovaries, that means she cannot have children. Sophia, I want to say, was maybe 15 or 16 years old. And immediately she was crying, and that cry that she was crying, it's like I felt it for her. Not that I've experienced that, but the fact that she would not be able to have kids just really, it trumped the news that they removed whatever was in her body. So basically, with that being said, I saw that and literally like tears were just settling in my eyes, because her next questions were valid questions, and it was, why did God allow something like this to happen? Now if y'all follow up with the show, you guys know that Sophia was, I don't want to say the goody two shoes, but she was definitely the person around her family, around her cousin, and around her friends that would always point people back to Christ, back to his teachings, back to God, back to church. At her young age, she taught a Sunday school class, yeah, with little kids and stuff. So when this happened to her, she said that she wasn't going to go to church anymore. So when she said she wasn't going to go to church anymore, her mom was like, okay, I understand, you know, things are a little bit rocky right now. But when her mom came back from church, she was like, yeah, I know this wasn't a good Sunday for you, but you're gonna need to come back. And her mom, and basically she was like, Mom, I'm never going to church again. Like, I don't think you understood me. I'm never going to church. I don't even want to be a Christian no more. I don't know why God allows bad things to happen. Why did he allow this to happen to me? I wouldn't even be able to have kids. So why would I, you know, go to Sunday school and be teaching kids about God when he allows bad things to happen to good people? So I feel like I just did a whole bunch of rapping. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about this. So sorry I got interrupted. Got a phone call. But I think I was saying something along the lines. It's so crazy how you can forget something, you know, so quickly, like in a minute. But yeah, so basically we had the question of, you know, well, basically, so like I said, Sophia was the person that was bringing everybody to God and everything. So when she said something about not coming back to church and not wanting to be a Christian, and then the end of that same episode, she took her cross and threw it in the river, which obviously symbolized that she was done with God, done with the religion. So I just wanted to, you know, highlight on that fact that a lot of us can have those moments. And this will probably be a two-part video because I also want to share my experience with this same exact thing. Not the same scenario, but the same feeling of something tragic happening in my life and me wondering, you know, why did God allow this to happen to me? Is he real? You know, should I even be a Christian? So contemplating those things. I'm just gonna go into my notes real quick because it could be a little wordy. So I guess the first thing that we were wondering is, why do bad things happen to good people, and why does like God allow that? And we have to understand that it's not necessarily that God is allowing bad things to happen to you, but understanding that we live in a world where the enemy's job is to seek, kill, and destroy. Like literally to find you, kill you, destroy you by any means possible. And if, you know, he wants to destroy that little belief that you have that, you know, like there is a God, or that the question that there may be a God and something, you know, higher that you can believe in. So if he can do the worst thing to you to separate you from God, that's the first thing that he's going to do. All right, so this episode really just helped me to believe that this episode just really had me thinking that, you know, a religion isn't really a religion if it's not, let me not say a religion is a religion. Like, your beliefs have to be tested, whether it be a religion, whether it be other things you believe in, rights, stances you have on things in life has to be tested. So in this instance, I really just felt like her faith throughout 3 seasons was never tested. She saw things happening, but she was just like, why don't people believe in God, or why don't they believe in him the way I do? But when something actually rocked her faith, she was out. She was gone. She's like, I don't want nothing to do with God because clearly he's not with me. So I wonder if you guys have ever had any experience with this. I know for certain that it's very possible. Like I said, I've had my own experiences that I will go into in my next video. So I don't know, have any of you guys had these questions of, you know, where is God? You know, why does he allow bad things to happen to me, or to the people around me, or to my family? And also like, have you felt like your beliefs have ever been tested, and what have you done about it? So yeah, this was definitely a hard episode for me to watch, like I said, because I was just like, dang, I see myself so much in this little girl. And you know, all of the answers may not be answered. You know, God may not answer all your questions, that you may not ever get the answer. That's something I've learned from my pastor, that when we get to heaven, we can ask God whatever we want to, but as long as there's an enemy in this world, he's going to destroy everybody and destroy what our belief system and destroy what we believe in, which is God. So that's just something to keep in mind. You know, at the end of the day, the enemy's trying to separate you from your family. He's trying to separate you. He doesn't want anything good for you. So that's a good way that I can simplify it, how it makes sense to me. But I do know, like I said, with my tragedy that's happened to me, or traumatic, you know, instance that I've gone through, it's kept me from church away for several years. So it was very interesting to see myself in Sophia. And if y'all don't watch the show or whatever, maybe just watch this episode or something, and you know, you might be a little lost, but at least on that part you would be on the same page. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Oh, also, I don't know, I keep always forgetting to do this. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share it, you know, and please, I want to hear your thoughts about this topic. So please, you know, be an active participant in this video. I'm looking for your responses below. Bye.